In this video, we will discuss the rules in regards to equipment. Having understood where the regulations come from, we will then look at the specifications for helmets, skis and back protectors. Working in conjunction with the FIS ICR, the FIS specifications for alpine competition equipment dictate the parameters for all items of equipment racers will use in competition. This includes clothing and equipment that serves a technical function. Equipment regulations seek to ensure safety of the competitors whilst also maintaining fairness. In the AWSA rules, Annex A gives the Army's interpretation on equipment regulations. For the majority of elements, AWSA rules default to the FIS regulations. Where exceptions exist, they will be discussed in this video. AWSA regulations default to the FIS regulations for crash helmets, routinely referred to as race helmets. Their use at all alpine racing events is compulsory. Race helmets are to have no spoilers nor protruding parts. Goggles are the only items that may fasten to them. These rules are in place to allow the helmet to slide unrestricted on the snow in the event of a crash. Any crash helmet model being used must comply with safety standards pertinent to that specific event. This sees them certified under both ASTM 2040 and EN 1077 Class A. To achieve these standards, the helmets go through a rigorous testing process. Those helmets that pass the standards will carry a label attesting conformity with FIS specifications for alpine racing helmets. The FIS 2013 standard label is displayed on the slide and can be found at the back of FIS-approved helmets. Where FIS regulations do allow the use of Class B helmets that have soft ears for racing slalom, this is not permitted at the Infantry Championships. The addition of chin guards to Class A helmets is, however, permitted for slalom. Goggles should be worn at all times while racing to protect the racer's eyes. AWSA regulations do, however, differ in the case of ski length. The lengths and radius of skis stipulated in the FIS equipment regulations are designed for skiers with a significant degree of experience. This is inappropriate in Army racing due to the high proportion of novice skiers and inexperienced racers. There are therefore no minimum ski lengths imposed for GS, Super G and downhill. The only stipulation is a minimum length applicable to slalom. The rules ask that team captains use their judgment to assess their team members' ability and have their skiers race on an appropriate length of ski for that ability. To ensure individual safety is not compromised by the choice of length of ski, the race jury reserves the right to bar a racer from any race if they believe the skis are unsuitable. The table displayed gives you a guide to the length and radius of ski you may want to apply to different disciplines based on the ability and gender of your skiers. While at the Infantry Championships, if you need any advice on ski selection for your skiers, then please approach the committee or one of the infantry team. Personal protective equipment is referred to in FIS regulations as protectors. This encapsulates any form of body armour or back protector, all of which are to be worn under the competitor's race suit. Forearm protection for GS and Super G and chin protection for slalom may be worn on top of the race suit. FIS regulations leave the use of protection at the discretion of the athlete and/or the National Ski Association. AWSA rules do not stipulate any protection must be used. However, Infantry Alpine, in order to maintain the risk from racing as low as reasonably practicable, mandate that back protection must be worn for all race disciplines. Arm guards are optional and shin guards are mandatory for any racer with the ability to hit gates with their shins. The key takeaways from this video are: the AWSA default to FIS regulations for competition equipment in most respects, with adaptation in certain areas to make Army racing fairer. Race helmets are mandatory in all competitions. They must be FIS 2013 standard, which is indicated by the FIS sticker on the rear of the helmet. The Army does differ from FIS rules in regards to ski length. The minimum length is 165 cm for men and 155 cm for ladies. It is then up to the team captain to decide the appropriate ski for the individual. PPE should be worn suitable to the event being raced. At the Infantry Championships, back protectors or back guards are mandatory for all disciplines. The jury and/or start referee are likely to stop a competitor from racing if they deem their equipment is inappropriate. Lastly, if in doubt on anything to do with equipment, consult the regulations or approach the committee.